Getting and staying organized, it can be a lot, unless you're professional home organizer Megan Arthurs. She's got 5 tips to kind of ease you into it.
Yes, and let's start with our first one, which is setting realistic goals. I know the new year can put a lot of stress on people's homes. We think, okay, we got to get the whole home organized and decluttered in 1 month, and I got to be a new person, and we have no time. And it's just not manageable. It's not attainable. It's not realistic. So you really want to map it out. So actually taking a piece of paper or a calendar and writing down, when am I organizing? What day? How long? What's the intent of this? We want to really do it in bite-sized pieces, not tackling the whole home in one day.
So maybe it's something as simple as maybe doing the front hall closet, or maybe doing a drawer.
Yes, just one drawer is a great step in the right direction.
Then it kind of gets you motivated, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So our second one is getting and establishing a routine. And it's funny, there's so much benefit from daily habits and routine that really go a long way with organizing your space. And I hear from a lot of clients, they almost blame their home. Like, if I had more square footage, I would be more organized. And it's not entirely true, right? So small things that you can do is like a 10-minute tidy up before your evening routine. Or for you, Annette, I even think you are like a night before planner, like you pick out the outfit.
Yeah, well, because I don't want to be running around in the dark in the middle of the night picking out. So I pick out everything. My lunch is done. Everything's ready at the door.
Yeah, so plan the night before, maybe even wake up 20 minutes earlier so everything's back in its proper home, so you can walk home from work and feel refreshed. So really establish a sound routine.
Okay, and maybe that's something as simple as, like, when you bring in the mail, like, don't just leave it on the counter, because I'm guilty of that.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh yeah, I'll get to that later. And then it becomes this growing pile of stuff.
The paper pile, I know. Yeah. And that does lead us to our next one, which is creating a system. So looking at the areas in your home where clutter naturally accumulates and falls. So like you said, mail, paper flow, that's a huge source of clutter in a lot of homes. So creating a system just means, how are you containing your items? Like, where are they living and how are they living? And I think we get a little overwhelmed about organizing product and going to a store. So we don't always have to feel compelled that we have to go to a store. Like, you can use a shoebox, you know, you can use a flower vase or something. But, you know, baskets work really well. Turntables work well. Again, we have our little mail station, can work really well.
Okay, oh, and by turntables, you mean like these ones, not a record. Okay, I'm a DJ.
DJ Annette. Yeah, a Lazy Susan turntable, really handy solution.
Okay, all right. And then what's our next one?
So our next one is taking breaks. It's actually more important that you step away from your space after a certain period of time. So read a book, have a tea, go for a walk, remove yourself from the area that you're working on. We want to go for short, focused organizing sessions instead of long durations, because we're not able to make sound decisions after a while.
Right, because then you end up with that, oh, there's a box of photos, I'm going to go through them all, and then 2 hours is gone.
Right, exactly. And we hit a wall. We hit decision fatigue. A lot of clients say to me, I'm so tired, I don't know why. And I'm thinking, well, because every single item you touched is a choice, right? Do I keep it? What is this? Where do I put this? It's a lot of decisions to make. So you got to take a break.
Okay, and then once you've taken that break, set a timer.
Set a timer, get your children involved. It's really important that everyone's on the same page when it comes to organizing your household. I'm really big on shared responsibility in households. This isn't something that's falling onto the same lap of the same person. Making sure there's transparency, there's fairness within the household. It starts with communication, having a conversation. Who's doing what? When are they doing it? And maybe there's consequences if people aren't following through.
So a fun thing to do is just set a whole household timer. Everybody in the house has 15 minutes. Clean up what you can.
I love it.
And make it a competition, right?
Yeah, it's fun for kids, right? If they're younger, you can make it a competition. Yeah, set a timer, put your toys away in the basket. They love that.
Yeah. And I find too, if I've got something else, like whether I've got a meeting to go to or something like that, I'm like, okay, what can I do? Well, I've got this 15 minutes before I leave the house, kind of thing.
Making the most out of your time. I know, I use a timer too for myself sometimes. It's helpful.
Okay, all great tips. And a turntable.
DJing.
Okay, we will get your social media up on our website, chch.com. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.